Hi, Mark here with My Engineering. This is going to be a quick demonstration video on using the Scanology KScan X in order to scan flanges for use in flange vision. I'm going to actually scan this flange twice. Once, well, you can actually watch me using the camera to see how I'm actually using the scanner against the flange. And then I'm going to scan it a second time. We'll just pretend that we have two flanges in the same location that both need to be analyzed. And I'm going to let you watch the software just so you can see how the data is actually coming in. There's a few things I'm going to skip over in this demonstration. One is going to be setting up the hardware itself. So essentially all that we had to do ahead of time is take the laptop and the router out of the box, plug them in and power them on, and then take the scanner itself out of the box and power it on. It is battery powered, so there is no cables involved with this particular unit. And the last little piece was I put my phone on the back, so it has a mag mount so you can put your phone on. This is useful for screen mirroring. I can have the laptop sitting in my truck if I'm working inside an active unit and just have the screen mirroring onto here so I can see everything that's going on the computer or on the processing software in this case. Now, the other thing I'm going to skip over is I already have targets applied to this flange. It's a 3D printed flange. We have stickers all over it because we scan this thing all the time. What we have done to keep that process quicker in the field is we made a bunch of little marker blocks that are magnetic. So as long as it's a carbon steel or some kind of a ferrous object that you're scanning, you can apply these little targets to them and off you go. On something this small is a little 4-inch. You need probably 3 to 4 of these blocks, I'd say 4, just to kind of make it a nice smooth scanning process. On something, let's say, the size of a 36-inch flange, then you'll need about 14 to 15 of these. And it's just as quick as just slap them on there and off you go. So the process is actually pretty quick for scanning, just because you're just trying to put stickers on things and it's just an awful process. So we kind of minimize that by using little magnetic pre-made targets. And that way you can still use this kind of a scanner, which maintains the high level of accuracy. So getting into the actual scanning here, there's a 2-step process with the scanner. So the very first one is to scan all of our targets, those little stickers, in order to build a marker cloud. And so it's going to be using that cloud in order to reference where the scanner is while it's actually laser scanning. And so all we have to do is hit our start button. This might be a little bit challenging to see, but it's projecting a green square on the actual flange itself. And we just kind of have to go float around it in order to scan them all. Once you see on your screen that you have all the targets, you hold the mode button and it will switch you into laser scanning mode. We're ready to go. We hit the start button again. This might be a little challenging to see, but it's basically projecting a bunch of laser lines on the object itself. This type of scanner, we're scanning it up to 6.5 million points per second. So scanning at something this size, it is literally seconds in order to capture this entire surface. You confirm that you have everything you need here. You hold the mode button on the back of the scanner again, and that one is complete. I'm going to switch your view here so now you can actually see the scanning software, and we're going to run this one more time. All right, so this is Define Site. This is the flange that we just scanned. I'm going to hit New Scan on the back of the scanner to start a new one, and we hit our Start. And same sort of thing. We're just going to scan all the little targets on this flange. And I'm going to hit the mode button. And now we can start scanning. And like I said, it is incredibly fast to get all the surfaces on here. We've got the entire face, our sealing surface and the bolting face. We're happy with that. I'm going to hit End Scan. And that's ready to go. Anything that's left that we don't really want in the scan, we can just highlight and delete. And then we want to wrap this to turn it into a finished product. And now this is an STL file that we're going to send over to Flange Vision to do our actual inspection. So that's it. We just scanned 2 flanges in less time than it took me to put on all my PPE for this video. Certainly a lot less time than it take you to fill out an FLHA. Stay safe out there. Thanks for watching.